Good afternoon. It is time to get started. I am DanBearPig82, and this is Kerbal Space Program. We're doing our Saturday in Space on Sunday this week and next week due to schedule conflicts on both Saturdays. Yeah, December is a busy month for me. But yeah, let's go ahead and take down the starting soon screen. There we go. And yeah, let's get started. We're basically picking up right where we left off last week, where we had recently unlocked the technology for bigger communications satellite dishes, bigger antennas, and we launched one, and we were able to get better communications with our deep space missions, but not with all of them. We still have some probes that we want to regain contact with. It'll probably be a little bit too late to actually send them to their destinations, but maybe not. And even if it is, we can probably repurpose them for other destinations. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, let's go to the tracking station. Also, between streams, actually this was a couple weeks ago between streams, set Kefri Bezos to work, serving his sentence of community service, cleaning up low Kerbal orbit. It's still a mess, and he's out of little modules for sending things back to a fiery death in Kerbin's atmosphere, but if we filter this down to just ships for the moment, launch sites, we'll leave the launch sites on. Yeah, we're leaving Supreme Oddities wreckage in space because it's just funny to have that one be a tin can that's still floating in space. And there he is opposite it in the Space Garbage Truck 1.0. That's Kefri Bezos right there, and that is it for low Kerbal orbit spacecraft type. We still have a lot of debris, a lot of stuff around other planets as well. Lots of probes, some of which need to be retired, having served their purpose. And we have our stations, of course. Let's turn the probes off, and we have our relay satellites, a lot of which are now obsolete and should be retired. So we're going to need to, at some point in the not too distant future, send a new space garbage truck and reassign Kefri Bezos, because I don't think he's served enough of his sentence yet. After all, we're blaming him for Kaylee's death, whether it was his fault or not. We're blaming Kefri Bezos just because. So there's that. But if we go put relays back on, and let's see, let's scroll down to the bottom here. We've got comsat 3 right here. This is our big guy that we launched last week. Let's fly it and take a look, because we're going to send something either identical or at least similar to this way out to Dres, because we've got a launch window for Dres coming up. In fact, yeah, in 7 days we have a correction burn for our Duna probe, which I think we might have contact with now that we've sent this up, but we're gonna check. We're gonna have to check. But if we go to our alarms, after that, in 44 days, the next big event is a Dres launch window, and we do need to set up some new launch windows, I think. Yeah, we don't have one for Moho. Do we have one for Eve? Come on, there we go. Let's see. No, we have one for Elu. We have one for, yeah, we do. We have one for Eve, and it's coming up in 158 days. Before that, though, we have one for Joule. So, yeah, we'll want to send some more heavy communications out there, because we're kind of getting a little bit tired of losing communications with our deep space probes, but at least we've figured out why that is happening. And let's go ahead and extend these big solar panels while we're here. We don't need them yet because we have these on the transfer stage, which still has 1.7 kilometers per second of delta V in it, but we don't want to forget. Also, they look cool. Look how far they extend. But if we go out here, wow, we've got the whole comm net. That is intense. Yeah, we've got the whole comm net opened up. We do have communications to Dres right now. We have communications to our probes that are headed out to Joule and Elu, but they are tenuous communications. Look how thin and dark red those lines are. We can talk to Duna, that's good. And yeah, looks like we don't have communications to everything, but we have communications to a lot of things. So that's good. Now, if we send something like this out to Dres, then we will have another communications hub out here that will be able to relay that signal all the way out. So basically, we have about that much of a radius, and we can extend that to out here. But that doesn't do any good for the opposite side. So we're probably going to want to send a couple of things to roughly Dres orbit, one that way and one over here, and then maybe later we'll cover these spots as well. So we want to send something around this area as a deep space communications network, and we might as well do the same for Joule. In fact, Joule might even be a better spot for it, but for now we're sending it to Dres. And that will drastically increase our ability to communicate in deep space. So let's go ahead and first off, let's see. Yeah, our Duna probe. Before we do that, is there any battery power left in? Well, let's calm that down. ComNet path. There we go. Let's see, we have our comsat extra. Let's see if we still have any electric charge left in that for controlling it, because this thing did not do the job, and we need to return it. We need to destroy it. We do have electric charge, good, because we set it to hibernation mode, I believe. Yeah, nope, we didn't, but so basically we're lucky. That's what it is. All right, let's point it retrograde, and let's get rid of this thing. It's got lots of power, or lots of delta V, but it does no good because these do not combine as well as I had hoped. And this thing, let's just get it out of orbit and clean up a little bit. Look at the engine twitching as it's trying to do the correction, even though it's not burning. Hilarious. All right, here we are pointing retrograde, and here we go. We're in a pretty high orbit, so we're going to be coming in fast when we burn up, which is going to be exciting. And there's our apoapsis dropping, 500 kilometers, 400, 300, 200. That is definitely an impact course. All right, now let's point prograde. Speed up the game so that we can just get there. There we go, prograde, and it's going to keep pointing prograde thanks to the persistent rotation mod, even if we're in full time warp. And look at that, it's spinning and everything. I love it. I don't know, it looks like due to the spin, it's actually not going to keep pointing prograde, but it's okay. It doesn't particularly matter. Oh, here comes Kerbal, getting bigger. All right, we're going 2 kilometers per second. Oh, that's right. No, wait, never mind. It was a different satellite that we had set it to forward control so that it would point radial in or out instead of prograde or retrograde. Retrograde. Okay, but if we point this thing prograde and wait until it's pointed more or less straight down, then we can speed this thing up using its own engines. In fact, let's do that now. Let's just point straight down. Use the engines to help with the gimbaling. And we're going to see our apoapsis rise, but we're never going to get to that apoapsis. And the reason is our periapsis is what's coming up next, and it is dropping. Because this is an irreversible collision course. I mean, we probably could still reverse it at this point, but we're not going to. And now we can't. All right, that stage is done. And now we have our final stage. That stage is going to burn up too. But here we go. Diving straight into Kerbal. If not for Kerbal being in the way, we'd have an escape now. Look at that. We're going over 3 kilometers per second. probably right towards someone's house. But the hope is that we will burn up in the atmosphere and not impact. All right, we're 100 kilometers above the surface. We are now re-entering Kerbin's atmosphere at 4 kilometers per second. Here we go. There go some communication satellites. Yes. Shay, welcome. How are you doing today? I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Yep, there we go. Look at that. All the relay antennas exploded. Then the whole thing is gone. Perfect. Now that thing is no longer cluttering Kerbin orbit, and it's one fewer things for the game to track. So let's now go to the tracking station. So Shay, I actually owe you a redemption in Minecraft. So 4 months ago now, I think it was during the birthday stream actually. You had redeemed Color My Beacon, and I missed it. I'm gonna blame the Boozahall. So I've kept it there. Oh, you also play KSP. Nice. I'm not sure if you've told me that before or not, but yeah. So if you want a colored beacon, I've just kept that there to remind me if you were here to ask you what color you want, so I can color one of the beacons on my base on the first SMP. But just putting that out there so that you're aware that I am aware. So yeah, that was a while ago. Yep, it says 3 months ago in here. I think it's almost 4 actually. Whoopsie. All right, so now what we want to do is go to the Duna probe and do the correction burn. First, let's see if we even have contact with that thing. All right, let's switch to that ship. Right here. And let's assess the situation. Okay, good, we do. We have a strong signal. In fact, this thing can communicate all the way back to Kerbin directly. So that's good. And we have about 4 kilometers per second of delta V remaining to this thing. And we're about to use up half of it doing this correction burn. It's a 6.5 minute burn using the atomic rocket motor. And let's take a look at what that's going to look like. All right. Pete Vengman, you are first. You are indeed first. Welcome. Okay, so there is Duna right now. And by the time this arrives at Duna, it'll be here. So this is gonna be a long mission. But we're coming up on this maneuver in 7 days. Let's just first off, how is our electric charge? It is good. Because we have these solar panels out. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and warp to that alarm right now. Nailed it, says Pete Vegman. Nice. All right, there we go. And this will bring us an hour away from the burn. Perfect. And notice we are an hour and 3.5 minutes away from the maneuver node, which is ideal for doing the actual burn. So that is very handy that the alarm tool actually does that. We used to have to rely on a mod for that. It's nice to have that built into the game. All right, let's go ahead and get close to it. We're going to start our burn about 3 minutes and 40 seconds or so before the node. So here we are, time warping. Little jumps here. There we go. 10 minutes away. All right, let's come out of time warp and point towards the maneuver marker on the nav ball. And the hope is that this thing will successfully land on Duna. If so, it will be the first time we will be able to touch the surface of this planet. Oh, she says, I'm very bad and have no idea what you're talking about, or just more so how to do it. Well, part of the problem is that I'm talking about a Minecraft thing that happened 4 months ago during a Kerbal Space Program stream. So basically, one of the redeems is that you can choose a color, and in my Minecraft base, I'll change one of the beacon colors to that color. So basically, what's your favorite color is what it is. All right, here we go. Coming up on our burn in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. And since this is a long burn with a low thrust engine, we're going to go into our physics time warp mode, which means that physics is still being calculated. We can go to a maximum of 4 times speed, but that means we don't have to wait 6.5 minutes for this burn, only about 2 minutes. Oh, you meant in KSP. Okay. No worries. Yeah, we're jumping in right as we're starting the late game, really. So this is we've sent a couple of missions to Duna. One of them had a lander, but we lost communication with the lander before we were able to do the final insertion burn, or deorbit burn rather, so that we could land it on the surface. So this is our second attempt at landing on Duna, but we won't be there for a while. We probably won't see the landing attempt on this stream. Right now, we have come halfway there, and we're doing a maneuver to correct our course so that we make sure we get an encounter with Duna. And Pete Vegman is asking, did you watch the Orion Splashdown this morning? I did. And last night I watched SpaceX launch a lander towards the moon. So one mission to the moon on its way, and one mission to the moon that has just returned home. So that's pretty fun. There's a pretty spectacular launch too. Lots of colorful lights in the air. All right, let's come out of time warp for the last little bit of this burn. About 30 seconds remaining in the burn. All right, let's go to the map mode. Let's also throttle down a little bit so that we get some extra precision. And we want to make sure that we get an encounter with Duna over here. Okay, that's an encounter. Let's focus on Duna. And see what our periapsis is going to be. Alright, is this our real periapsis? No. Where's our real periapsis? Maybe we don't have the actual encounter yet. Okay, 25 meters per second left. All right, let's close that. And yeah, we don't have... Oh, we're so close to an encounter too. We don't quite have it. Okay, closest approach. Okay, we do have an encounter now. Good. And there's the periapsis. That is our lowest point as we fly past Duna. Let's get it nice and close. There's an Ike encounter. We don't want that, but we're getting the Duna encounter first, which is good. Whoa. Wow, that... We have a lot of control from here, a lot of leverage. And yeah, we're going to get there in 7 years. Jeez. Oh boy. This is a long journey, and it is flickering. I hate when it flickers like this. One of the many things that I'm hoping will work better in the next Kerbal Space Program game in KSP2. All right, let's go ahead and add an alarm then for our encounter with Duna. So this is Duna Exploration and Research Probe, DERP, DERP 3. Duna, we're going to call it Duna Lander 3. And let's see, Duna Encounter. Actually, let's put it here. Duna Encounter. And let's get, what kind of notice do we want for this? Let's give ourselves 1 day of notice. That'll do. And that's coming up in 7 years and 28 days. Although it's flickering between that and 1 year. Oh, can we do better than this? Okay, let's see. I bet we can do better than this. Ah, oh, this flickering is driving me nuts. All right, what is it really going to be? 225 days. Yeah, this is not correct. Let's, we're gonna miss it if we trust this. This is the game not calculating this precisely and lying to us. So let's delete that alarm. And if we look right here, 412 days. Yeah, let's check in on this at Apoapsis. Duna probe 3 check in. And we don't need any advance notice on this. This is our advance notice. Let's add that. Let's we're going to look in on this craft as it reaches Apoapsis around the sun. You just landed on the moon. Nice. How long have you been playing a Kerbal Space Program? I wish woo! Is that your first moon landing, or is it I always like to know where people are in their progress. It takes me back. I should be way better at this game than I am, having played 10 years, but I'm still kind of noob at a lot of this stuff. All right, so the next big event that is coming up is our Dres launch window, and as we stated before, we're going to send a very powerful communications relay satellite. And now that we have unlocked the ability using the MechJeb mod for landing autopilot, let's try out our reusable heavy launch vehicle. Let's go to the Space Center. And I also, if we see Satan today, he has redeemed a couple of rescue missions, and so has Shipwreck, if we see him today, and we will do those rescue missions. Your second moon landing, but you stopped playing for a long time after the first. Okay, so it's like doing the first all over again. I know exactly how that goes. Pete Venkman says, I'm still working up the courage to try a Duna flyby again. Just go for it. Send some Kerbals to the surface and get them stuck there. That's what we do. All right, so let's go to the vehicle assembly building. And let's see. Let's take a look at our heavy launch vehicle, because we haven't looked at that in a while since we were, it's not feasible at all to land it manually. So we are waiting for, we were waiting for the autopilot technology. Let's see, Callisto 2. There it is, right there. This is our reusable one. You can't even think about going to another planet yet. No worries. A moon landing on its own is quite the accomplishment. But yeah, here it is. It's got 9 of the Vector liquid fuel engines on it, which means it has 9,000 kilonewtons, 9 meganewtons of thrust at launch. It has a little bit of fuel reserved. This stage here, this fuel tank here is locked. And it's the one at the bottom, so that we have on the way back down, we are stable with the engines facing down. I mean, the engines already are pretty heavy, and we have these fins up here for drag and for steering, but also this contains enough fuel, hopefully, for our landing. But this thing is rated to carry 180 tons to low Kerbal orbit, so our upper stage and payload together can weigh up to 180 tons. Let's go ahead and trash that. We can pull it out of the subassembly menu later. Let's make a new craft. Actually, let's open up. Don't save. Where was it? The comsat 3. Let's get it from here, not from the autosave, just in case. And there it is, our comsat. Let's take the decoupler off. Oh, right, we put it on top like this. So let's do it this way. Okay, what we should do then, this is the 2.5 meter decoupler and arrow shell. It does look like a Falcon 9, but wider, so it's like right in between. It's like if you took the Starship and Falcon 9 and mashed them together into one rocket. That's what it is. But it is very much based on both of those designs. Okay, and I think this will be fine as is to send all the way out there. We don't have to send it on the reusable one, but we've had it sitting in the hangar for so long. I want to use it, dang it. So what we should do then is take this upper stage. And let's take that decoupler off and this fairing off. Like this. Now let's put the Callisto on the bottom like this. Is that a decoupler? It is a decoupler. Good. You're lifting off the moon. Oh, good luck on your return. Okay. Let's see. Wish me luck. I'm scared about flu. I'm not sure what you mean by flu. I assume you're typing fast and that's a typo. All right, let's see how to plan this. Let's put this on the top like that. Okay. If we remove that, how heavy is this? 24 tons. So yeah, well within our margin. And that has a lot of delta V as well, so we can even add let's see. Actually, it has even more than this. So this here, we need a new stage. And then that. We don't need both of those decouplers. So let's do it this way. All right, and let's add some fuel to this as well. Ah, fuel, yes. I can see that, yes. The fast typing. Yes, that is the question. Do you have the fuel to get back? All right, now this thing has 4.7 kilometers per second of delta V. That will certainly be enough to get there. Although, you know what? Forget this upper stage. Let's use the atomic one for crazy delta V. So you don't have enough. Oh no, are you gonna have to send a rescue mission? Because I have to do that pretty much regularly. Yeah, let's let's do this completely differently. Let's set that as our root part. This probe core, and I reach it from here. Yes, there we go. New root part, and let's take that off. So this alone has 1.1 kilometers per second of delta V. Supreme Doom says, Dan! Yeah, don't be a dolphin. Go follow Supreme Doom on Twitch. I'm going to give you a proper shout out. So you want to hear a derp, Supreme Doom, and not my derp. It's Shipwreck's derp. So he kept getting on to me for not giving you guys permission, you moderators permission to use the /shoutout command. Turns out you had it all along. It's just that he couldn't do it on mobile. So that's Shipwreck's dirt. Okay. Let's see. Let's call this Deep Space Comsat Drez. Please mind your caps, Supreme. This is a warning. Giving yourself your own warning, huh? I like it. All right, so let's do coupling. Let's do the 2.5 meter, like so. And then for the fuel tanks, let's put something fairly big on here. Mark III liquid fuel fuselage. Now, does that fit in here? It does. Yes. Okay. That's exciting. That totally fits. So now what we can do is put on an atomic rocket motor, and that gives us almost 9 kilometers per second total, 7.8 almost on just the stage alone. So that's what we're going to do. Yes, I have to follow the rules of Supreme Doom. That's right. You're not above the law, even if you're the one who enforces it. And let's see, that weighs 20 tons. Okay, so we can fit plenty of this on there. Dan doesn't yell at us, says Supreme Doom. Please don't yell at him, Supreme. That's right, Supreme Doom. That's right. Okay, let's put, just in case, let's put some solar panels on this. Just little guys. Like so. And let's actually make them these ones. Because why not? Alright, so this, we also want to be able to have more control over it. Let's put the advanced inline stabilizer right here. And we can do just a little bit of clipping right there. All right, so this will be our big old transfer stage. And we can carry something much, much heavier, but let's not particularly worry about that. This is fine. And this definitely has the delta V to get to Drez, so I'm not worried about that at all. So now let's put this right here, like so. Let's put some struts on it. That did not work. Let's try that again. Let's put it right down here. That worked. There we go. That'll secure it in the fairing, like so. And now, can I reach the fairing from here? Not that one, no. Okay. where is that fairing? It's been a little while since we've launched this, so okay, there it is. Right under the decoupler, that makes sense. And let's see, is that the biggest fairing we have? Yeah, we don't have the 5-meter fairing yet. That's one thing that we are going to want to unlock fairly soon. But in the meantime, let's see, that is connected to the decoupler. So let's see. Let's pull this fairing off for the moment. And let's put a second one on, because I don't want to actually extend this because it's clipped into there and we'll have some explosions if we do. That one is not for staging. That is just for some space for the machinery in there. So now let's do this fairing. Like that. And let's not build it yet. Let's put this back right there. Okay, and let's also not have the mouse over expand. Perfect. Okay, so that will stay in place, which is important for actually measuring to build this fairing. If I can reach it. Build fairing. There we go. Is that really where I want it? It isn't. Okay. All right. We're going to change the plan one more time. Let's take that off. Let's take... not that one. Yeah, actually that one. Put that back. Just like that. And now let's go ahead and take this off by the decoupler. Can I reach it? Not anymore. All right. let's try again. Okay, let's put the launcher back on, a fresh launcher. Okay, that will go on. So now what we want is our fairing. All right, let's rebuild these. We want to do this right, with the minimum chance of derpage. You know I never derp. Okay, now let's put this on the bottom. And turn off the mouse over again. And now this one. Build the fairing. It doesn't like that. Probably because it's clipping somewhere. How far out can I go? Right there. Why don't you like that? Excuse me, game, but I want you to like this. Let's do temporarily. No, I don't want to do that temporarily because then I'll mess it up again. Okay, I liked that, okay. But it doesn't like that. Why doesn't it like that? What are we clipping onto? Yeah, the LMB, left mouse button to place cross section, is orange instead of green, which means I can't place it there. All right, let's remove that. Well, this is a shame. All right, we are going to have to drop this down a little bit. Let's do it from, where is the decoupler? In the middle. Right here. Okay. There we go. Let's get that out of the way, and then let's see if it'll let us build this. Yes, good. Uh-oh. Shay is saying, Did it not go well? Uh-oh, you made a big mistake. Uh-oh. Was it a crewed mission? Was there crew aboard? Let's see. We want clamshell deploy on. We want 3 sides. Oh no. 3 times. I assume you're doing a quick save each time and try to again to. Can you at least get into orbit of the moon? That's the key. Let's turn it silver and turn up the ejection force to about 800 for this one. All right, and now this. Let's go back in and find the decoupler. There it is. Yes, okay, good. So that means that you can at least send a rescue mission. Okay. Let's go in here because I can't quite see where we're putting it. We want it. Whoa. There we go, just like that. Okay, so we might end up with more drag than I'd like, due to the limitations of design in stock KSP, but that fits nice and snugly in there. So let's do a simulated mission first. Whether it's successful or not, we will not keep the results of this. This is going to be a simulation only. First, let's save. Let's fix the staging because it's definitely bad. And yeah, we don't have launch towers for this either. It just stands on its own launch legs. So that needs to be... This needs to be up here. Yes. That needs to be there. This needs to be here. Okay, so what we have is we light the 9 engines here. Then we separate the launcher from the rest of the vehicle from the upper stage. And then we deploy this fairing, this silver fairing right here. And then we can separate this right there. Although, what about this? Okay, that, yes. Okay, we do need that other stage decoupler. So let's re-enable staging on this guy. If I can find it. Moving around inside the vehicle here. I can see it. There it is. Okay. Enable staging. There we go. Okay, and this one needs to be after that. Okay. What about our atomic rocket motor? Where is that? Oh, okay, it's down here. Woo, all right. So that and then this. All right, let's triple check the staging, because yeah, we have done a lot to it. All right, so we have these 9 engines right here. 4 plus 1, that's 9. Then we decouple the launcher from the upper stage. Then we open up that fairing and release it from the craft. Let's actually put those in the same stage. There we go. And then we start the atomic rocket motor, and then we can decouple the actual satellite and have its own chemical motor right there. All right, that should be good, and that's part of what we're going to test on this simulation here. Yes, let's take this out to the launch pad. It is not even actually time for the launch yet. We're not even to the launch window yet, but we're doing this test, this simulation. All right. Also, Supreme Doom, hopefully Shipwreck is listening. Whoop, look at it bounce. What's the damping on this? But there is something that can be done in these streams now that I'm testing, that if it works properly, only you or Shipwreck can do it. And that's all I'm going to say, but I bet Shipwreck can put that together. Landing leg stress, spring damper is auto. Okay. I probably want to take the damping down quite a bit, but I'm not going to do it now that we're already out here. Otherwise, it'll bounce again. But we'll look at that later. All right. So we also have our action groups. Let's take a look at those. All right. So if I press 1, he's sleeping. I'm shocked. That locks and unlocks this tank right here. Number 2 toggles the air brakes, our grid fins, our stand-in for the grid fins. They're not grid, but they're fins. And 3 turns off 4 of those engines. 4 turns off 4 more, so that I can toggle these engines to adjust thrust. All right. So let's remember that. So this is for unlocking that tank. Ah! Shipwreck is going to be so mad that you discovered that first. All right, now let's see if the cooldown is working. Try it again. See what happens. Nice. Okay. Let's leave that. And then we want MechJeb mod landing guidance. That was definitely it. We don't have that one yet. Nope. Oh, so if you do exclamation point in a command that's not really a command, does it not even show up in chat? Ah, Satan! Satan's here, and he redeemed Booznate, the first one. Welcome, Satan. All right, let's see. I don't think I have my booze cam properly centered, but let's try it. Oh, that actually is pretty dang close. There we go. I've got the astronaut beer again. Oh, it's major stream delay. Well, I've also added 20 seconds of buffer just in case, to try to help mitigate some of the network stuff I've been having. So that, okay, good. It didn't happen again. So there should be delay. Otherwise, Shipwreck's just gonna spam it. Now try the Shipwreck command, just Shipwreck. And I don't know. Let's see if that works for you, because it shouldn't. Shipwreck should be the only one who can do it. Spilled a couple drops. Oh no. It's not as cold as I usually have them, so it's foaming up a lot. I didn't put it into the fridge until an hour ago. And there we go. So I'm going to have to pour more in a little bit. Thank you, Satan. And Satan, okay, good. It didn't work for you. So good. That is working, because I can't test that, because as broadcaster, I can just do all the commands. But so Shipwreck will get to be the first one to try his command. Nice. All right, so let's we are actually going to use the flight manager for recoverable stages. And let's see. just in case, I have a backup of the game, but we're going to do FMRS just in case. I think I know how to prevent this from deleting all the contracts, but if it does, we're okay. All right, and armed. All right, so we should be ready to go. We also have, did we not have cameras on this? Nah, boo. Okay, we're gonna add cameras next time. So, but here we have this landing guidance window. What's the cooldown? It should be 10 minutes, I think. Let me just check real quick. Yes, 600 seconds, so 10 minutes. Oh, nice. Pete Venkman has redeemed Kirby and Jones. That's amazing. But yeah, Satan, we have the 2 rescue missions that you have redeemed queued up. So thank you, Dan, for the totem redeem, says Supreme Doom. Nice. Okay, so let's just go ahead and try this. Now let's throttle up. It's just simulation, so there's no reason for me to be all nervousy about it. All right, caps lock is on for fine control. Let's close that. We're not going to worry about the graph. We're going to be worrying about this. The landing guidance. Kirby-Anna Jones in the Temple of Duna. I like it. All right, so currently it is set to land back at this pad here. The problem with that is if it's a little bit off, it could land like right here or right here and topple over. So I don't want to do that. Let's see, that way is out to the east. So let's try to move the landing pad a little bit north. Let's see, show landing predictions. Okay, that's our target touchdown speed. Deploy landing gears, stage limit. Deploy parachutes, we don't have those. Let's turn that off. Use RCS for small adjustment, yes. And let's see. Let's go north. And if I set this again, okay, that resets it to here. Okay, so. All right, that should try to land 100 meters to the north. So that doesn't mean it's a guaranteed good spot. In fact, that might be right here. I don't know. Let's add. There we go. 2. Kirby-Anna Jones in the Temple of Dan. Why not the Temple of Supreme Doom? All right. So if all goes well, we will be deploying the upper stage and vehicle, and then performing a boost back burn and trying to land probably right around here. Let's see, what about pick a target on the map? How close can I get here? Yes. Right there. That's our landing target. Right there. Hopefully that works. This is an experiment. This is going to be interesting. All right, we're throttled up. We are ready for launch. We're not going to do any fancy camera angles or anything. We're just going to watch this right here. So we are go for simulated launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. And gear are retracted. Vehicle is pitching downrange. Premium says, not my stream, didn't want to claim the temple. Yeah, but you have certain benefits as a moderator. Alright, vehicle is supersonic. Drag is not that bad, actually. Push prograde right here. The trick is, if I use this revert to launch button, that's when it deletes all my contracts in my experiment, in my experience. So we don't want to use that. We want to use the in-game revert to launch if we do that. All right, our apoapsis is in space. We're going to go for an apoapsis about 150 kilometers. cut the engine. We have stage separation, a little bit of lag spike as it prepares this stuff here. And it's stuck. Of course it's stuck. All right. Okay, it's fine. You're having internet problems too? It's not you, it's me. Everything is freezing up. Ah. Okay, we know this will be fine. Well, we don't actually know that. Let's pitch down to here and make sure that we can actually get this thing to orbit. We're in space now. Go Rocket Man, Supreme Doom. Okay. Yeah, we want to make absolutely sure that this thing can make it into an orbit. If it can get to orbit, then we can literally take this thing anywhere. All right, we have passed apoapsis, so we are now moving downward, but that is not necessarily a problem because our periapsis is rising. We are going to pitch up just a little bit. And yeah, I think our periapsis is going to be fine. It's going to be out of Kerbin's atmosphere before we re-enter, which is what we want. Yeah, we are good. And so I think what we learned from this, though, is that for this particular mission, we're going to burn a little bit longer into a higher orbit and have a little bit more aggressive gravity turn. Shay is back. Welcome back, Shay. All right, let's go back to regular time, and let's go to the... It says Deep Space Comsat Dres Probe, but that's the launch vehicle. Are you going to reboot? Okay. I hope that goes well. All right, now, here's the trick. Will this work? Nope. There we got the clipping. All right, so we're going to... we can't revert the flight. I don't like that. Resume. Let's see, let's jump back to main mission. Can we revert from there? I hope we can. So we're also learning how to properly use this mod. No, we cannot. Okay, that is unfortunate. Okay, but if we revert to launch, let's just check. I can easily restore the contracts from the other save game, so I'll probably end up having to do that. But yeah, if we look here at our contracts, we have several. And yes, I have 2 saves for this. Bowser, welcome, saying good morning. Good morning, Bowser. Holy cow, has it already been an hour into the stream? How? All right, let's try it. Revert to launch, and let's hope that our contracts are still there. If they're not, I can just copy paste them from the other one. Oh no, you can't revert your flight. But are you at least in orbit? If you're at least in orbit, you can send a rescue mission to rendezvous with them. To rendezvous. Hopefully. Alright. We're back on the pad, and we do have our contracts. Thank goodness. Alright, let's revert. Oh, we can't revert to the VAB. That's okay. Let's recover then. And let's make some changes. Let's make some adjustments. So basically, what I want to do is control from the probe that is in the booster so that we can directly control that and then jump back to the probe, and also give a little bit more clearance and maybe some separation motors to the stage for the upper stage. So how many Kerbals are on your moon mission that are stranded now, Shay? That is a key question. All right, open. Let's see. Deep space comsat for Dres. Load. Okay, so trying to think the best way to do this. I think we do need to rebuild this, which means we're gonna have to shift this again. All right, 2, and then shift, and bring that down. All right, let's make this just a little bit narrower. Okay, so where is it right now? There we go. Delete the fairing and build the fairing. Just like that. Okay, and now if we go to here, put that back. All right, now I'm again concerned about drag there, but we'll see. We shall see. And then if we go in here and find the probe core, there it is. I can't click on it yet. There it is, and reroute, make this the root part. All right, and let's check our staging again. Also, we do want some separation motors. So engines, let's put them here. Yeah, and let's put 6 of them, or 8 of them actually will fit better in here. Oh no, Supreme Doom says, of course, computer needs an update on mobile. Of course. And Bowser says, I'm gonna lurk, make some Milo balls and then head to work. What are Milo balls? And am I even saying that right? Okay. And there's a shout out for Bowser. Bowser's been streaming Pokemon lately. I haven't gotten to catch one, but I've seen the alerts. Okay, so that should be good. Now let's triple check our staging again. So we have these 9 engines, yes, and then we have this stage separation. And oh cool, the Separatron motors are already there. Milo, okay, nice. So what goes into making Milo balls? There's that. Okay, I think we are good to go there. Also, we were going to change the damping on these. Let's drop it down to 0.25 and see what that does for us. You haven't streamed for a while? Maybe after Christmas. I'll be keeping an eye out for it. Alright, now let's do another simulated launch. So the first thing we're going to look for is whether this bounces on the pad again. Supreme says, you haven't got to catch one. Got to catch them all, Dan. I know, right? I have never played Pokemon. See, Milo, condensed milk, plain biscuits, and desiccated coconut. I guess the key is, what is Milo? This must be... Whoa! It bounced higher. Boing. This is not the same as what I've experienced before from this. This is... And it keeps bouncing. That's amazing. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm gonna open up a window on my other screen for to remind myself what I called that other save. It was a pre-FMRS, I think, is what I called it. It's like Kerbal Space Program saves. And let's see. Stock final approach. And yes, pre-FMRS. So I want to override that. Okay. Bowser says, I only have an hour though, so I'm going to start on them. Get my iPad to lurk while I make them. Milo is a malted type of chocolate, hard to explain. Oh, okay. Interesting. So these are a dessert sort of a deal. Very cool. Barely got into orbit, says Shay. Periapsis is 9.1K. That is enough. So you have a difficult rescue mission ahead of you, but it is a rescue mission. And man, this thing is just bouncing away. Look at it go. Well, is it bouncing the same height each time? Let's see, 22.7, 22.8. Yeah, it's bouncing the same each time. So this is a perpetual forever bounce. That's cursed. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. All right, but and it's not going to let us do a quick save, is it? Because yeah, we are moving over the surface. Oh well, that's how it is. And I don't dare stop this by going into time warp, because then we're just going to get physics weirdness and an explosion. So it's a simulation, so it's fine. All right, let's open up the landing guidance window again. Pick target on map. We're going to try to land right there. Still bouncing. We're moving a little bit too. We're shifting that way. Let's not shift that way. Let's turn on stability assist and throttle up. Fine adjustments on. All right. Okay, we're gonna go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Landing gear are retracted. The vehicle's pitching downrange. Wasn't it a space shuttle trampoline? Yeah, basically. Well, funny thing about that, the former director of Roscosmos, the Russian space agency, was trying to, where Supersonic was trying to poke fun at Elon Musk and NASA when we stopped buying seats, or they stopped selling us seats on the Soyuz craft. And he was saying things like, good luck, I hope you can get to space on a trampoline, ha ha ha, because he was trying to make fun of Elon Musk saying that he can land rockets. And, you know, now he's totally shown that he can land rockets like it's nothing. But, so I guess that was NASA's space trampoline right there. Okay, let's pitch just a little bit more. Go. All right, engine cut off. We have stage separation. Please get out. No, it's just going to heat us up and... Oh, is it going to do it? All right, we're going to have to wait until we're in space and then time warp a little bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's not great. All right, revert to vehicle assembly building. Yeah, so we have an issue with that, and really what we need is bigger fairings for that to work properly. I'm not going to worry about that so much though. Let's try something here. I can come down here. Let's go up from the bottom, I guess. I want to, yeah, there it is. That's what I want, the decoupler here. Interesting. Let's move that a little bit. Maybe those are clipping a bit. And let's see, decoupler force is all the way up. Shay says, I might need a bit of help. Just saying, never done a rescue. Well, you can at least leave them there for a while you do some practices, thankfully. So have you done any of the stock rescue contracts yet? All right. Let's try that. So what's holding on to it is the real question. Because this thing just really does not want to let go. Nope, says Shay. Okay. So yeah, this is a little bit involved. Okay, let's actually put these here. But basically, you're gonna have to send a ship there. And in fact, after we test this out, I'll do a rescue one, because I think one of the ones that we need to do is around the orbit of the moon, and you can see it. Yeah, we have Silvery Sky, which is one of our viewers. This one was redeemed by Shipwreck. They're in orbit of Kerbal. So is Uma Kerman, redeemed by Satan. And let's see. Okay, here we go. Orbit of Minmus. Okay, so P42 Wallaby Way. Yeah, P Kerman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. It takes the Kerman out of that. Is an orbit of Minmus. So this is very similar to your rescue that you need to do. And so we'll do that one, and I can show you how we do it. And be ready to fail several times before you get it right. It's just gonna happen. All right, let's put it right here, and let's shift them into here, and we'll do it this way. We will separate this backwards and see if that helps. All right, save, and let's do the damping the other way. I changed it as if it was like for wheels, but maybe that's not what we want. Let's just put it right back to default to 1. That's okay. Actually, let's put it back to auto. That's what we had. Uma Kerman. Satan has all the best names. He's great at those names. All right, save and launch. Another simulation. And Boozinate from Supreme Doom. All right, let's finish pouring it first off. It's not the ice cold that I prefer, but it is pretty cold. And that's why it was foaming up. There we go. Delicious. Thank you, Supreme Doom. Okay. Little bounces. All right, good. That solved that. So now I can do this again. Alt F5 and name it. Let's see. Pre-FM. Oh, come on. Pre-FMRS. And yes, overwrite. That's exactly what I want. Cool. Drink more to get a colder one. You know, that's not a bad idea. All right, so here we are. Let's pick our target on the map. You guys haven't even gotten to see a landing attempt yet because we've had other technical issues with this payload. All right. Throttle up. Stability assist is on. And we are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Landing gear are retracted. The vehicle is pitching downrange. It really gets up there because of the light payload. relative to this launcher. This is overkill for this payload. Vehicle is supersonic. We have maximum aerodynamic pressure. Looking good so far. All right, cutting the engine and stage separation. Okay, that's better. It's tumbling, but that's fine. All right, now we want to unlock our fuel and land at target. This is not me flying it. This is autopilot. And we can see, let's see, our current trajectory will take us 446 kilometers away from our landing target. But we're about to do our boost back burn. All right, I'm intervening just a little bit to get us to our retrograde marker. Okay. I see I've got some chat. I'm gonna catch up on chat in just a minute here. All right, let's do our... There we go. There's our boost back burn. You can see right here our landing prediction is coming back towards our landing target. There we go. And it has cut off the engines. Okay, so let's see. We want to open up the flaps there and then disable a couple of sets of engines. Let's just disable one set of engines for now. So our remaining delta V is only 681 meters per second. Hopefully that is enough. Let's see. Delta V needed, it's predicting about 600. So in theory, we should be barely within our margins. All right, so meanwhile, Shay says, do you mind telling me how to like attach it to my rescue ship or how to do something like that in the first place? Part of the issue with that is I don't know what your technology level is right now. So it also depends on if you really want to bring home the lander itself or if you just want to rescue the Kerbal. So if you send a probe core with an empty capsule attached, and that can get to orbit around the moon and back, then you can rendezvous with your craft. But that's the real hard part, is the rendezvous. And it is going to, I'll just brace you for it now, it's going to take you a lot of practice before you get that right. There's the Kerbal Space Center right there. And yeah, we are headed back to it, engines first, with our flaps deployed. Yeah, we are... Let's turn off the RCS for the moment. It won't let me. That's okay. The autopilot wants my RCS. That's okay. I have it on fine-tune maneuvers right now, though, so we're only burning it slowly. And let's go ahead and... Oh, nope. It's not gonna It's not gonna let me time warp either. So the computer is like, hey, stop trying to backseat pilot. I've got this. It will, Shay. It will be a very hard trip, but that is all right. When you're not going to get it on the first try. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. It took me a lot of tries. It takes pretty much anyone I know a ton of tries, and but once you do get it, it's going to be incredibly satisfying. Right now it's predicting that we will land between 30 and 40 meters away from our target, which is pretty good. All right. Yep, my hands are not on the keyboard. This is completely hands-free at this point. We're about to get our entry interface, which is where we re-enter the atmosphere. There we go. It cut off the music as we do that. And we can watch our atmospheric drag increase as we enter the atmosphere and it gets thicker. Yeah, we can see details on the Space Center now. And we should be trying to land right about there. Hopefully we survive this part too. I think we will. We're not going that fast. We are definitely slowing down now. All right, it started the engines. And it should auto-deploy the landing gear. I'm gonna deploy them myself. All right, here we go, here we go. Would you look at that? Perfect. We have 138 meters per second remaining. Look at that. That was the autopilot. Okay, I like that. So that was our simulation. So now we have to revert the flight. Even though it went perfectly, we have to revert the flight. That's the rule. It's a simulation. This was not real. So revert to vehicle assembly. And just like with a SpaceX launch, that was 8.5 minutes from launch to landing. That's about what it takes for SpaceX. Very cool. Okay. Well, that was very exciting. I hope it was as exciting for you guys as it was for me. Let's save that just in case. So this is ready to launch, and we're going to launch it in 36 days. But for now, let's do a rescue mission. We're going to rescue, I think it was one of Satan's redeems. And this will be a demonstration also for Shay. Let's see. Shay says, so I have to start being the first row to the fourth row full. I have the top three on the fifth row and the third to last and last on the fifth row. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Let's go to the tracking station. But I'll show you, we're going to do a rescue that is around the orbit of Minmus. So it'll be very similar to what you'll be doing around the orbit of the moon. But what we need, I believe it's docked at the station right now. Oh, this is the technology, okay. So let's see, we've got, yeah, P. Kerman, 42 Wallaby Sydney, Uma, and Silvery Sky. But let's see, let's turn off debris, and let's go to Arcadia Station and fly that. No worries, Shay, it's fine. So we're starting from orbit. but you've shown you can get to orbit. If you can get to the moon, you can get to orbit. There it is, loaded up. And yeah, here's our multi-purpose craft. It's our Personnel Orbital Rescue Craft, or PORC. And how is the fuel? It is fully fueled up, it looks like. What about monopropellant? Are we good on that? Where are my monopropellant tanks? They are hidden, I think. It's a camera. Okay, where are you hiding, monopropellant? That's a crew cabin. Liquid fuel fuselage. Might be on the bottom. Yes. And they're full? No, that's the atomic rocket motor. There we go. Not completely full. We do need to send a new monopropellant up here because this is empty. So we're going to need to deorbit that as well. Let's see. So where is... Okay, here's the Fuel Balancer mod. RCS fuel. So, what have we got? Got monopropellant in the cupola module. Mark 1 lander can. Are these the ones in here? Let's enable the cutaway so we can look. Those are empty too. Yeah, we need to send more monopropellant up here, so that'll be the next mission, but we'll be okay for now. So let's go ahead and undock. We have room. We do have room. Okay, yeah, we're good. So let's look at the mission. And let's see, in orbit of Minmus, yeah. P. Kerman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. I think we also have one from the moon. Yeah, orbit of the moon. Let's do this one. Let's save Uma Kerman, who is in orbit of the moon. So yeah, we'll be going to the same destination as your stuck mission, Shay. So let's do that. Let's undock. There we go. All right, and push off just a little bit. That should be good. Let's look at the map and see where the moon is. We can turn off our relays here. Okay, there's the moon. Let's set that as our target for now. Until we get there, then we'll set the our target spacecraft. All right, so the moon is going to be right about here when we arrive. So let's set our burn to right here. So our timing is pretty good. But one of the keys, Shay, is do you care enough about rescuing the craft itself, or is it enough to just rescue the Kerbal? Okay. And that'll get us an encounter with the moon. I want it to be a little bit later. Like that. All right, and that burn is coming up in 5.5 minutes. It's a 2.5 minute burn with these engines. So let's point at the maneuver marker on the nav ball. So you also want to see an example of a craft that you can build. So let's do this rescue mission, and then I'll go into the vehicle assembly building, and we can look at that. If you can get the research it has, then you just need the Kerbal. Okay, so you can probably pick up some of the science experiments, especially if it is a scientist. Is it a scientist that you're rescuing? That's a good question. All right, so 1 minute and 40 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds to the node is when we're going to start the burn. And that's coming right up. All right, we're going to start our burn in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ignition. A pilot. Yeah, I can't remember if a pilot can pick up scientific data or not. So, yeah. Yeah, after this rescue mission, we'll look at the tech tree, we'll see where you are, and come up with an example craft. Yeah, the stuff will be in the pod. Alright, let's speed up the game a little bit here. As long as you can transfer it and then bring your rescue pod home, then you will not lose the science. Alright, things are looking normal here. Coming up on the maneuver node and the halfway point of the burn, right there. Alright, let's go to the map view and we can see our apoapsis rising to meet the moon. Alright, and there is a moon encounter right there. Perfect. Alright, I like that. And we have 3.895 kilometers per second delta V remaining. You did a contract to land on the moon. It'll depend on the contract. So did you complete the contract? What are the exact terms of the contract? Go ahead and copy paste them in the chat. I'm curious. All right, so we're going to encounter the moon in 4 hours. Let's go ahead and time warp. Here it comes. And there's Uma's pod. It looks like that's a retrograde orbit. Okay. So that's all right. Yeah, we're in a prograde orbit, but we can make that work. So basically, we're going to get to the periapsis and burn backwards. And let's set Uma's pod as our target. Yeah, our relative inclination is 170 degrees because we're 10 degrees off of the retrograde orbit. Let's see. It didn't complete the contract. The rescue mission is the Kerbal who was assigned the contract. Yeah, so the rescue mission is one that you're assigning yourself, right? This is you rescuing the Kerbal that was doing the contract to land on the moon. And did the contract to land on the moon include returning? And the trick is if it requires returning the same spaceship or just the Kerbal. Now let's just warp there. And point retrograde. Oh, I forgot. It snaps to retrograde if we're in time warp using the persistent rotation mod. That's all right. We'll remember that in the future. Okay, so let's burn retrograde. Speed this up too a little bit. Back to real time. So we're about to get our capture orbit. Okay, there we go. Wait a second. Why does it still say 171? Oh, because that's just our capture orbit. We're not retrograde yet. Okay, it is already completed because it was just the landing. Okay, well that's good news. That means that all you need to worry about is rescuing the Kerbal and transferring the science if that's needed. But yours probably won't require doing a retrograde orbit like this. So you can ignore this part here, but basically we've gotten into orbit of the moon. And so now the trick is matching orbit with the craft. Okay, there we go. We have our retrograde orbit. And we're going to need to match inclinations first. Alright, that's pretty close right there. You always do a prograde orbit. Yeah, prograde is traditional. This is only requiring retrograde because our target is in a retrograde orbit, but yeah, you won't have to worry about that. You'll be basically at this point here. So this is from a mod, but what you can do here is look at this here, the descending node or ascending node, either one, and just right-click on it to pin that. So our relative inclination is 8.9 degrees. And if it is the descending node, then you need to, at that node, burn normal to your orbit, which is this right here. If it is at the ascending node, you need to burn anti-normal. And the easier to remember that is ascending node AN, anti-normal AN, and then the other one is matches the other one. So the descending node is at a much higher altitude than the ascending node, so we're going to go for that because then we don't need as much delta V to change our inclination. So also it's coming up quicker since we're going this way. So let's see, let's time warp to about here. That's 2 hours away. So descending node, which means we're going to point normal. So we'll find the triangle on the nav ball. And I have a pilot here who can do this automatically. Otherwise, you can do this manually. Yeah, you will have this triangle on the nav ball, though. So you don't want... Let's point at the other one. The one with the lines on the outside is anti-normal. But the one without those lines is normal. So if you're at the ascending node, which is over here for me, you will want this one, anti-normal, with the lines on the outside. If you're at the descending node, you just want normal. With the best probe, you only have a stability assist. Yeah, that's expected. You will still have these on the nav ball, you just won't have these buttons on the outside. So yeah, we're pointing towards, since we're at the descending node, we're doing normal. And let's get closer to it. The closer we are to it, the better we can change our inclination. We're going to get this as close to 0 as possible. And this is definitely, the rendezvous is the hardest part. And like I said, you're not going to get it on the first several tries. And that is all right. Okay, so here we are getting very close, so let's burn the engines, and you can see it dropping. It's also getting farther away as we do, so let's cut the engines and let's get closer. There we go. There we go, and it's basically 0. 0.1, that's close enough. So now what we have are these two encounters. So let's get closer to our target. Let's go to the periapsis. What is our periapsis here? It's 125 kilometers. So it's actually just a little bit low. Let's point radial out, so straight up basically. Let's adjust our periapsis to about 133 kilometers. And there it is, radial out right there. There's a blue one with the lines pointing out. Radial in has the lines pointing in. Is RCS necessary? It's not necessary, but I would highly recommend it. You'll have a much easier time with RCS. Okay, there we go. We have matching periapses. So now what we need to do is get down to here. So let's warp to our periapsis. You don't have them? That's you should be fine. You should be able to do the rendezvous without the RCS. If you were doing a docking, you would absolutely want RCS. You can do it without, but it's incredibly difficult. So here's our intersect, and our separation when we get here will be 83 kilometers. So there's our target. We're 83 kilometers away. We want to point retrograde, and we want to drop our orbit and get a closer intersect on our next go around. So here we go. And it's going to recalculate this very soon, and we're going to watch this move around the moon. And that's our prediction for our next orbit. As soon as we pass it, we'll get a recalculation. So let's... There we go. Here it comes. We want to get this as close to 0 as possible. And I'm going to use RCS to fine-tune this. .5. So 500 meters is how close we will be on our next approach, and our relative speed will be 73 meters per second. That's very low, so we'll have an easy time doing this rendezvous. So now we just need to let this go another orbit. And so basically, by the next time we come around here, this will have completed probably 2 orbits, and we will be very close. So if we do this, warp here. Yep, there Uma goes 1 orbit around and a 2nd orbit around, and we are catching up. All right, let's see. We will meet the pod in 19 minutes, so let's go a little bit closer. And good, we're going to do it in the daylight too, so that's nice. All right, let's turn off our RCS and not waste monopropellant when we have ample reaction wheels. Do you think you'll be streaming in about 30 minutes? I will be streaming for another hour and 20 minutes, is the plan. Okay, so, look at that. There's Joule in the background. There is our target right there, 40 kilometers away. Let's time warp a little bit more and get closer. When we get within 30 kilometers, it'll show us the distance on the UI. There it is. Let's get within about 10 kilometers. You've got to go for a bit, no worries. Good luck with whatever you're doing, and let's switch this to target mode. So now, if we burn retrograde, we'll be slowing down our relative speed to the target. So let's start doing that right now. Let's get it down to maybe 40 meters per second. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna still be within 0.5 kilometers, so that's good. All right, we're 2.25 kilometers away. Let's slow down some more. We don't want to fly past. Alright, let's tighten up the approach a little bit. If I burn this way, I will be pushing the retrograde marker towards the anti-target marker. Alright, now we will pass 83.6 meters away. And we're only going 5.2 meters per second relative. Shay says, all right, I'll see you in a bit. Good luck with whatever you're doing. Yep, well, good luck with the rescue mission here then. I guess another key question to think about while you're out is, can your Kerbal even do an EVA? That's going to be important, actually, now that I think about it. All right, let's make our final approach here. There it is. All right, let's come to a relative stop. He can. Okay, good. Thank goodness. All right, so here we are. We have matched orbits. We're going a relative speed of 0 meters per second. So now I can switch to this craft here, which has Uma Kerman aboard. And good, it's a command pod, which means I can go here and rename vessel and reclassify it as debris. And, all right, Uma Kerman, who is an engineer, let's go on EVA. Turn on your helmet light. And let's see, okay, good, you do have EVA propellant. Let's let go. And activate your jetpack. And set this as your target. There we go. Well, it's working now. I don't know why it wasn't working on the surface of Minmus. That was super weird last week, where the EVA jetpack wouldn't let us take off from the surface of Minmus, but at least Uma's pack is working here. All right. Coming up on our final approach, and we're going to do our traditional rescue selfie. All right, let's point this way so we have good light. And okay, we actually want to be a little bit closer, I think. The vehicle. Okay, there we go. All right, point that way for better light. Okay, there we go. That's a good angle. Look at that. She is so excited, so happy for the rescue. All right. No more shenanigans. Get aboard. And board. There we go. Uma Kerman has been rescued. Not returned to Kerbin yet, but rescued. So now, let's see, we have 3.2 kilometers per second of delta V. Let's look at our contracts here. P. Kerman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney is in orbit of Minmus. Now, is it reasonable for us to go to Minmus from here? Oh, let's stay in the map view. I think it is, actually. So we want to increase our orbit around Kerbin. So, oh yeah, we're in a retrograde orbit, so it's backwards. Normally, in a prograde orbit, we would want to, let's see, let's unset our target. We would be going around this way. Oh man, this is all confusing-y. Yeah, because we're going this way. But the moon is going this way. So we actually want to do our burn right here. P. Beckman says she loves this plan. She's excited to be a part of it. You making a Ghostbusters reference? I just don't see it. All right, in this case, this means that we will be increasing our speed relative to both the moon and Kerbin by doing this. So here we go, point prograde. And ignition. right, we have our moon escape. Whoa, yeah, and we've already overshot that, so that's okay. We're going to go ahead and do the escape. It's in 3 hours. And then we will adjust our orbit so that we can reach Minmus. This is something that I haven't really tried before, going straight from the moon to Minmus in this way. So this is interesting. Okay. So let's set Minmus as our target. And yeah, we don't have a particularly great approach, but if we... Oh, I see. That is after our next moon encounter that we have that. So this is fine. Let's add a maneuver right here. And let's see what we can do. Okay, we actually have a really great opportunity here. Not perfect, but way better than I was expecting. So we're going to do some radial in and prograde. And then we lose it. Probably because of our inclination. All right, let's break that. Okay, we're close to our ascending node, so let's go ahead and point anti-normal, and let's change our inclination just a little bit. And this is actually not the current one, so we're going to go based on this one. Okay, which is dropping, good. And that's as much as we can drop it from here. All right, so let's make a maneuver here. No, not there. Oh my gosh, this is awful. All right, let's... Yeah, this moon encounter is really making this a difficult thing to plan. I wish I could just turn that one off so we can only see what we're doing now. Oof. Yeah, this is gross. We have a pretty good opportunity here, but seeing it in this user interface is not really a thing at the moment. Yeah, because here, when we get to here, Minmus will be there. Pete Beckman says, sketchy moon encounters are tight. Yeah. Okay, but if we're faster... Oof, I don't like it. Not one bit. All right, let's try one here. That's better. There. We had it. Okay. If we do something right there, we will be okay. And Supreme Doom redeemed Boozinate. All right, let's Boozinate for successfully getting our encounter planned up. Thank you, Supreme Doom. Oh, Supreme Doom. There's a new redeem. I forgot to tell you. It's something that I've been trying to remember to let you know was possible for a while, and I keep forgetting, so I just made it a redeem. Yeah, there it is. It's there. All right, let's warp to here. That's a day away. And this is going to spend some time before our next big alarm, which is good. All right, we're 45 minutes away from it. There it is. Supreme Doom redeemed. Customize my Kerbal. All right, so after we do this maneuver, let's take a quick break from this mission, and I'll show you the customization options for your spacesuit. Also, we can close the landing guidance window for now. We'll open it back up when we do our real mission very soon. All right, here we are. So we want to do stability assist, and let's point towards the maneuver marker on the nav ball. Which is right there. Basically, it's just prograde. You saw but didn't know what it was. Okay, well, you're going to be the first, which is perfect. All right, let's start the engines and do this burn. Yes, you get to choose spacesuit style, and if you choose the futuristic sci-fi suit, then you can even choose some colors. So I think I know just what you're going to do. Let's just point prograde here and break that, and let's just watch this happen. Got any bijouks? I said that right, didn't I? I've heard you say it on your stream, so I know I'm saying it right. Yeah, this is a sketchy encounter for sure. Look at it flicker. Oh, thanks, I hate it. Burple, yes. Hey, this time, time warping solidified it. Time warping working in our favor for an encounter for once? No, I don't believe it. Oh wait, Supreme, please give Dan time. Relax, kiddo. No, you're fine. We're going to get into orbit around Minmus, and then we're going to do your customization. Okay. Minmus encounter was 26 days. What? Excuse me, that's a whole month. Why isn't it right now? Why isn't it right now? Okay. Can we make this better? No. Well, that's this game and its sketchy encounters, I swear. Let's see, where's Minmus now? Oh, Minmus is way over there, that's why. Okay, so it really is in 26 days. Okay, so let's add an alarm here. Create alarm, and it is... Okay. This is tricky. Let's make it a manual alarm. Yeah, and let's put it for... Let's see. Pork. Caps lock. Pork. 6. Minmus. Encounter... Question mark. And let's set it for 22 days from now. Add the alarm. Bijou, by the way. You almost had it. What happened to the X? There's an X on that. X is a cool letter. You don't want to just ignore it. You don't want to just spurn the X. You just snub it. That sounds rude to me. All right, we're going to go to the astronaut complex, and we're going to take a look at Supreme Doom's spacesuit. We're also going to see where Supreme Doom is right now. I can't remember where she's assigned. Or if she's assigned. All right, here we go. Astronaut complex. And yeah, here, assigned Kerbals. And if we go, let's see, where is... Supreme Oddity Kerman. Okay, so she's on the SMRT outpost on the moon. All right, so let's do this. There's this I don't know if you can see it on the stream. It's tiny, but there's this little coat hanger. So if we click on that, we have all these options. So here we have the basic white base suit, and we have a few coloring options. None of them is purple though. Here we have the blue vintage suit. Few color options. None of them is purple though. But then we also have this orange and gray future suit and this gray and black slim suit. Let's see. Yeah, this is the only one with color options though. So we can do the orange suit, we can do this blue and gray suit, or just the white one, and we can choose the color of the lights. So I think I know what you're going to go for, Supreme Doom, but let me know what of those options you are interested in. The X knows its place, unlike... Never mind. So you already said purple, so I'm going to guess that you want a suit with purple lights. The question is, do you want the orange suit, the blue suit, or the white suit? And we can go here, and here's a preset purple. We can even make it deeper. We can make a nice deep purple for you. Look at that. Mobile is small. Oh, you're going to your computer. Did the updates finish, I hope? Nice. I'm going to give myself a hydrate because I am thirsty. I want the boost cam. There we go. There's the boost cam. Deep purple is good. Okay, so let's do that. And we will save that. And let's just double check that it did save it. Yes, it looks like it did. And I haven't really played around with this before, so let's go. Let's go to the SMRT outpost. It did, but the stream won't load. Oh no. Let's turn off the booze cam. There we go. And let's see. Toggle bases. SMRT outpost. Okay. Now, let's hope that this thing stays on the surface. Let's fly it. Deep Purple is good. Great band. I see what you did there. Smoke on the water, fire in the sky. That's the only song I know. Bow, 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 bow. Hashtag DMCA strike, right? All right, there we go. You're trusting me because you didn't see it. Okay, but that's okay because let's put you on EVA. Here you are, Supreme Oddity Kerman, and let's let go. Boop. All right, and let's turn on your visor lights. Look at that! There you are, looking all cool in your purple suit. They didn't have many songs, but there's another that I always forget, but I didn't know it was Deep Purple. Let's take a screenshot. All right, let me know when you see this, Supreme Doom. Looks like it's catching up with the stream buffer now. That is just beautiful. Our first customized Kerbal. That is epic, says Supreme Doom. Very nice. So here's what we should do. Let's see this in daylight as well. Let's hop down. And Pete Vegman says it looks like it belongs in the new Tron movie. I know, right? It does. Okay, let's see, how far away are we from sunrise? I think we're all right. Let's open that up just in case, and let's time warp a bit. Watch the stars move. I don't know how long a day is on Minmus. They also sang Woman from Tokyo. I'm sure I've heard that song, but I don't recognize that title. There we go. Daytime. It's not as epic in the daytime, but it is pretty cool. Let's get another screenshot. We can see the science in there, though. Let's not have the science. This is going to be a nicer looking reflection in the visor. Of course, there's also more reflection. Okay, let's take a little bit of a hike. And a big jump. Nice. Okay, you have full EVA propellant. Let's see, will your... Okay, good. Maybe it was just that one day. Maybe I just needed to reload the game because the jetpack is totally working now. Thank goodness. And a gentle landing. Let's turn off... Oh no, that turns off everything. Let's see, is there an option for different ones? Lower visor, we can't do that without a without an atmosphere. Okay, it's all or nothing for the lights, unfortunately. That's all right though. Let's get another cool epic screenshot. Very nice. All right, now let's go back to the space station, the SMRT outpost. There we go. And board. All right, our first Kerbal customization. All right, I hope that's as epic as it looks. All right, there's that, but we want this. Switch to this. Purple makes everything epic, says Supreme Doom. You're not wrong. Oh, and actually, we don't want to switch to this yet because the main reason for having this alarm is that this is after our Dres launch window. So we actually want to go to our Dres launch window, and let's do our Dres launch. So let's go ahead and warp to that alarm. That was kind of cool. I'll be sure to share those screenshots with you, Supreme Doom, and I'll add them on Twitter as well. Okay, here we are at the alarm. Let's delete and close, and let's switch to the Space Center. And now we are going to do our real launch with our reusable heavy launch vehicle with the Callisto 2.0. And I'm going to stretch as well. My back is killing me. Thank you so much, Supreme Doom. Yeah, it matches your name in the chat text, actually. It's the same purple. Okay. I figure if someone who is not familiar with the way these streams go redeems that, but they haven't redeemed a rescued Kerbal yet, that is all right. I'll simply do the refund of the redeem. But most people here have a Kerbal named for them, so great segue, Supreme. You are amazing. Oh, and that, yep, post them to the First Craft Discord. Oh, I'll definitely do that. And there's the Discord link. Join our First Craft Discord if you haven't. That's the Discord I'm most active in, by far. All right. Thanks, Supreme. I appreciate that, says Supreme Doom. Oh, you're fired. Let's see. We want Deep Space Comsat Dres. There we go. Okay, and we are ready to just launch this thing. Let's go for it. We also have an option with MechJeb for Ascent autopilot, which every mission we've done has been manually flown by me up to orbit, which is not how missions are done in real life. Even way back in the Apollo days, it's all autopilot. The moon landing wasn't. Like the actual landing, that was manual because they didn't have enough information to trust a computer to do it. So that bounce. But still, and also we're going to do the same thing again. Alt F5, and we're going to name it pre-FMRS. This is just in case. Oh. Save and overwrite. And this is mostly just in case it deletes our contracts, although so far, so good. Let's see. Supreme Doom says, see, this is why I need to compliment Supreme, because Dan just wants to fire her all the time. It's okay, Supreme. I'm used to it. I know Dan appreciates me. You only tease the ones you love. True. Shay says, hey, I'm back. Welcome back, Shay. All right, we're going to do our real launch to Dres with our comsat. All right, so throttle up. Stability assist is on, and we have fine controls on as well. Let's choose our target on the map. That one worked very well. So yeah, we're going to attempt to land right about there. Perfect. Okay, we are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. And the gear are retracted. The vehicle is pitching downrange. Everything is looking normal. And vehicle is supersonic. Point prograde here. Supreme Doom says, Dan, you're fun. Thanks for being you. Thanks for being you, Supreme Doom, even though you're fired. Okay. Looking good so far. Just gonna let it follow prograde here. Yeah, I need to learn how to use the ascent guidance computer, and then we can do some fully automated missions. I think that would be fun. All right, we have main engine cutoff, stage separation, a little bit of a lag spike as it prepares the save game. There we go. It sends that tumbling hilariously. All right, and then let's turn around. This reader says, I wouldn't dream of being anywhere else. Thanks, Dan. Alright, let's just get it lined up for its boost back burn. And land at target. She says, I agree, and I also agree. Spoonie says, well, maybe I would want to be Goldie Hawn. I read an article on her today. Always appreciated her. Nice. Okay. Do it. Do your... There's the boost back burn right there. Oh, right. I need to... There we go. Unlock the fuel tank. That'll help. Deploy the flaps. All right, there's our landing prediction lining up with our landing target. Beautiful. All right, we have 888 meters per second remaining. That's slightly better than last time. And yeah, I'm completely hands-free right now, so we're just going to follow this thing down. I can't even do any of the time warp. It will get mad at me and cancel the time warp if I do. And I'm okay with that. We're in your hands now, landing computer. In fact, let's just, you know, let's drink. That's a free Boozinate. On me. Good luck rescuing your Kerbal, Shay. Are you, Shay, are you in the First Craft Discord? And Shay redeemed Hydrate. All right, I'll do that too. Here we go. Thank you, Shay. And Supreme Doom redeems Boozinate. All right, we got extra Boozinate. Thank you, Supreme Doom. And there's the shout out for the Discord. I had faith in you, Supreme Doom. I knew you would do it, so I didn't even call it out. Because I knew you would not let me go. Let me down. Yeah, go ahead and join that if you want to. And I don't mind if you DM me questions or ask about Kerbal Space Program or anything, as long as you are aware that I won't always be able to answer immediately, but I would answer. Supreme says, Dan, is that a ring I see? Are you married? Sorry to disappoint you, Supreme Doom, but yeah, I'm taken. And there's my wife right there. There's the shout out for the Princess Me. Hopefully we can manage to have another Princess Me stream this month. She is continuing to work on those Christmas pajamas. And soon we'll have her Christmas break, so that would be very cool. Yeah, we are on our way down towards the atmosphere. This is deceptively calm and chill. You're in the Discord now. Welcome to the First Craft Discord, Shay. It's not my personal Discord, but it might as well be, because that's basically what I use as my personal Discord, is our First Craft community. She says, oh yes, lol, that's why I was asking Dream Dan Dream. Nice. And yeah, we can look at the status here too. So status is coasting towards deceleration burn. And yeah, course correction delta V 1.1 meters per second. Yeah, basically that means we're right on course. We are anticipating right now to land 125 meters away from our target. And the delta V needed is 820 meters per second. So yeah, we are actually going to be cutting it pretty close. But we have, as long as this number, the delta V total available, is bigger than this number, the delta V needed, then in theory, we should be okay. Won't let me turn off the RCS. Boo. That's all right, we should be okay. And it is saying that our let's see, time to land is 1 minute and 20 seconds. We're about to enter the atmosphere. And I think we're going to be coming in just a little bit hotter than the last time, so hopefully we're still fine for thermal tolerances. I think we will be, but we'll find out. We are in the atmosphere now. Should I give you my user so you know it's me? You can just DM me and say who it is, which is I'll know. No worries. All right, there we are, headed towards. Let's get some screenshots here. All right, drag is now overcoming gravity and we're slowing down. Getting a little toasty, but we're okay. All right, good. Okay, there go the landing gear and the engines. Whoa! Look at that! Look at that! Oh yeah, and we're doing just fine. 400 meters per second delta V remaining. Yeah, those are well within our tolerances. Okay. And it just really wants to keep the RCS on, but that's all right. We landed. All right, so now let's switch back to our main mission. This was our bonus mission. And so we're going to now see if we can get properly into orbit. That's very satisfying, says Pete Wegman. I know, right? All right. Come on, get out. Get out now. It's stuck. Well, we're in space. Let's do that. There we go. And why did that not? There we go. Excuse me, but no. All right, jump back to... What? Which channel? Just DM me. You'll see me in there. I'm in all the channels. That was interesting. Huh. Let's see what this does. So we know that that should not have happened. That was interesting. Okay. Deploy. There we go. Is it because of these? It can't be. Decouple. That's what we're stuck on? Okay. There we go. And full throttle. Prograde. All right. Fixed it. And let's actually pitch down to 0 degrees and increase the game speed to 4 times. And I don't mind if we have a very high periapsis because we're sending this thing off into deep space anyway. So there we go. Now we just watch our periapsis rise as we ascend into orbit. And good. Double checking, our contracts are all still there. Excellent. I see your message. Sent a wave for now, and then you can feel free to ask me questions there. I will be happy to answer. All right, our time to apoapsis is now rising, which is a good sign, so let's go ahead and coast all the way to apoapsis. All right, when we're about 10 seconds away from apoapsis, let's start the engine again. There we go. All right, we've reached our highest point, our apoapsis. Our lowest point, periapsis, is now positive, and when it hits 70 kilometers, we'll have an orbit. And there it is. We have orbit. Let's just get it roughly circular, and then we'll plan our departure from Kerbin. There we go. So we need to go farther out. Dres is our target. So since we're in a normal prograde orbit, we need to be on the night side. So far away from the sun. So let's go to here. Let's warp around the planet. Spring says, why don't I have your own channel, Dan? Like, who is in charge of that Discord anyway? Well, I mean, I do have a lot of permissions in that Discord as a moderator, so I have some ideas. Wait, why don't I have my own channel, says Supreme Doom. Shut up! Oh man, he's gonna be so mad when he wakes up and realizes what opportunity he missed with the commands. I can't wait. All right, let's speed the game up again. And let's get our escape from Kerbin. There it is. I was waiting for it. Supreme Doom's totem in space. I'll show you something else cool about that command in just a minute, Supreme Doom, after we get our escape and I cut the engines. Brief moon encounter there, but we burned past it. And there's our escape. There it is. He's been napping a long time, says Supreme Doom. Maybe I should wake him. He's always napping. All right, check this out. I have no cooldown, first off, so you can do Supreme Doom, and that works. I'm often Spacey Dan, nothing new, says Supreme Doom. And Supreme, as you saw, does it. Also, Doom. Yeah, I'm trying out a new bot, Supreme Doom. I'm trying out Streamer Bot, and so far I am very impressed. And so I'm going to keep doing stuff with that. I'm probably going to replace everything with just Streamer Bot. So, yeah, I'm loving it. Okay, so our Kerbin escape is in 12 days, but we can probably just keep burning this way. So where is our apoapsis after escaping? Send nodes. Okay, sun apoapsis right there. And we want it to match Dres. So if we do this, yeah, it's rising. That's exactly what we want. Shay says, I just realized the delay. Yeah, there's a little bit of delay. Plus, since I've been having some network issues, I've added a 20-second buffer so that it has something to play if I do drop. Is that what the orange rooted vegetable uses? I don't know actually what he uses. But I know that's what Mr. Vloop uses. He highly recommends it, and I've seen other people on various places highly recommend it. All right, before we continue this, let's actually go ahead and bring up the mission planner. There it is, and let's orient it so that it matches, so that we can see what is this recommending that we do. All right, so let's also take it out of time warp. There we go. Let's go to Universal Time. We're on year 6, day 360. So let's change that. Year 6, day 360. There it is. And that looks right. We can compare. Yep. So our destination now is Dres. Generate sequences, and earliest departure is today, day 360. Latest departure is also today, day 360. And search for the trajectories. And there's a shout out for Mr. Voop and Casual Carrot. Yes, check them both out. Today is actually Casual Carrot's birthday, so just putting that out there. Both friends of mine that I have met through the Twitch community. Okay, so there it is, and we want our maneuver burn to be right there, our deep space maneuver. So let's see, that is, let's take that down. There's Drez, so right about here-ish. So let's see. Happy birthday, Root. Bloop has a lot going on in his stream. I've definitely trust his choice in bots. Yes, exactly. So he has different taste in what to put in his streams than I do. He definitely goes a lot heavier on the silly factor, which is perfect for his personality. It works really well for his streams. I'm a little bit more conservative in how much I want to put on my overlays, but since he's doing so much, I absolutely trust that he knows what bots will do all the things. Fun fact, says Supreme Doom, it's actually Mr. Voop's unbirthday, and mine too. It's a small world, Supreme Doom. It's my unbirthday as well. A very merry unbirthday to you. Before Disney DMCA's me, I'll stop singing. All right, so the deep space maneuver is going to be at the descending node here, so that is perfect. Springman says, you don't want to sing and dance, Dan? I wouldn't say I don't want to. I say I don't want a DMCA strike from Disney. All right, let's just get our apoapsis out there, and then we will make a maneuver. There we go, cut the engines. And right at the descending node, that's 227 days. Let's add a maneuver. Let's pull the planner up and see what it is recommending for our maneuver. Yeah, a little bit of prograde, a little bit of normal, a little bit of radial. So a lot of everything there, or a little bit of everything. Very merry unbirthday to you, Dan, says Supreme Doom. Shay, is it your unbirthday as well? I bet it is. There's a high chance that it is. All right, let's take that down. And so we need, yeah, since it's the descending node, we need to burn normal. Let's pin that so we can see what this is doing. Perfect. Spring says, no. That sing and dance was in response to what a certain Brazilian does with his butt. Oh, I see, yes. Bloop cracks me up. I love his attitude on stream. Okay, we need a little bit of prograde as well. And what was it? It was radial in. Okay. That makes sense. Or was it? Yeah, it was radial in. Yeah, there's a unbirthday for me, says Shay. And Supreme Doom correctly points out there's a 364 out of 365 chance it is. Yes, a very merry unbirthday to you as well. Okay, we want this number to go down. That is an approach right there. There's our Dres periapsis. 8.9 million meters, megameters. 6.6. Let's see if we can fine-tune that. As long as that's going down. There we go. That's good enough. All right, so we have this 644 meter per second burn, and it's coming up in 227 days. So let's add an alarm. And this is a maneuver alarm for Res comsat correction burn. And let's give ourselves 1 hour of notice on that and add the alarm. There we go. And now let's go ahead and go to port 6 and why can't we switch to? We're not under acceleration, are we? Oh, it's because we're in this. Okay, so we are good to go. We can now close that and reset the plugin. But still, it won't let us switch to port 6. That's strange. Let's do that manually. Oh, Shay redeemed Boozenate with a yay! And it's a celebration Boozenate. Celebration! Let's do it. Celebration Boozenate. It's going to be a double Boozenate, I think. Yeah! Oh, okay, so Supreme Doom says, happy unbirthday to all. Fun fact, today is my son's unbirthday, but tomorrow it won't be. Oh, wow. So happy birthday tomorrow to your son, Supreme Doom, from Dan Bear Pig. Okay. Is it because it's a manual one? Edit, let's see, can I tie it to a ship? No, because I needed to do that when I created it. All right, that's why, though. It's because it's not tied to a ship. So let's go to Minmus. There's port 6, and let's switch to it from here. It's my wife's unbirthday, too. I almost forgot her unbirthday. Oh, my goodness. How could I? That's terrible, forgetting your own wife's unbirthday. It's our unanniversary, too. That's a thing. Oh my goodness, we're getting silly. Alright, we have a Minmus encounter in 6 days. Let's go ahead and delete this alarm. We only needed it to remind us to come to this ship. So let's... Okay, good. Time Warp is keeping this encounter. That's exactly what I want. It's more like Morbius. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, and here we are in Minmus Sphere of Influence. So now what we can do is choose ships, and we want... There we go. That's the one. P. Kerman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Let's see. Supreme Doom says, what did you get your wife for her on birthday and on anniversary? You did get her something, right? Shipper got me something. He didn't forget. Uh-oh. Yeah, I definitely got her something. Yeah. I'll probably get her a cup of coffee later. Alright, so what we need to do is point retrograde. Time warp to our periapsis. Our relative inclination is 102 degrees. Of course it is. This is another retrograde orbit. Yup. Springwood says, I went into our room and found a box of Ferrero Rocher on my side of the bed. Oh, nice. Alright, here's our periapsis. Let's full burn retrograde. Coffee is indeed always a good choice. Except right before bed, even though I always want it right before bed. Not because I want to stay up, but because just coffee's delicious. Okay. Yeah, so the good news is that we have a nearly polar orbit. So, and actually that is a prograde orbit, isn't it? Okay, so let's go to the ascending node right here. We're in a high orbit, so we're going nice and slow. Look at it go. Woo, 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 woo. And let's see, our SOI change for a different vessel is in 6 days. And a correction burn for the ELU ScanSat. Okay, so we're going to be able to do both of those things before the end of the stream. And there's a Joule launch window too. I don't know if we'll have time for that. But it's the ascending node, so we need to burn anti-normal. AN, AN. I usually have a cup of hot chocolate before bed because I always still want coffee, but it's a bad idea, so hot chocolate it is. Serena says, oh, Ferrero Rocher. I think I spelled it wrong. Yes. All right, here, let's pin that. Let's shift our orbit. That is just trippy. Watching that move in 3D space. Okay, we need also a little bit of retrograde component to this, so we're going to point between anti-normal and retrograde so that we don't add too much energy to our orbit. There we go. Do you have Ferrero Rocher in the States? We sure do. Sometimes we even have it here at home. We don't have any right now. It's all right. It's not my favorite chocolate, but it is a good one. I will eat it when it is there. All right, now let's just do pure anti-normal. Or is it a Canadian thing trying to be fancy sounding? It might actually be a legit French thing. I'm not sure. There we go. Now our relative inclination is 0.3 degrees. That is pretty good. Let's point retrograde, and let's drop our orbit and plan our encounter. Let's see, what is the altitude of this target? It is 7.3 kilometers, so we want a very low periapsis. That is just barely skimming over the top of the mountains of Minmus. That is as low as you can get and still have a safe orbit. Safe is in significant air quotes at this point. Let's see, 7.6, 7.3. Yeah, it's a very circular orbit too, so there we go. Serena says, they aren't my favorite either, but I do like them if I have them. Exactly. Which, to be fair, covers most chocolates. Okay, let's warp to here. And at this descending node, we're going to burn normal just a little bit and finish correcting our inclination. Shay is launching the rescue rocket. Good luck, Shay. First choice would be Lindor. OMG. Lindor is pretty good. I really like Ghirardelli. That's one of my favorites. All right, coming up on the descending node, and just a little bit of correction will fix. There it is, right there. Now we have 0.01 is our relative inclination. Really good. Top is looking. Oh no, you've got a wobbly rocket. That's the worst. I've had many a wobbly rocket. All right, let's get closer to our periapsis. And we're going to need to burn retrograde. It is very wiggling. Uh-oh. I hope it is uncrewed. Okay, there's our intersect. Coming up in 7 minutes. Let's warp closer. And we need to lower our orbit by a lot. Can't even launch it. Oh no. Is it like Kraken wiggling or just wobbly rocket wiggling? You probably don't have struts unlocked yet, if I'm guessing, based on the technology you were mentioning. lower. There we go. That's pretty good. Let's get past that approach so that we can get it to recalculate. Good thing you forgot to get rid of crew. Oh no. Yeah, definitely revert. Revert to VAB. Revert. Okay. So that come around a few times. Okay, that's slowing down a lot. So this is going to be the time right here. All right. Let's do RCS to fine-tune this approach. All right, 330 meters is our closest approach, and we'll be going relative speed of only 27 meters per second. Fantastic. All right, let's go around to here. It was extremely wiggling, but it should be good now. Okay. Especially with those early tanks. Yeah, you get a lot of wobbly, tall rockets. All right. There we are, 6 kilometers away from P. Kerman Wallaby Way, Sydney. And yeah, we're in target mode. That's perfect. So if I go here, since we are looking at retrograde, wherever we burn will push the retrograde marker away from where we're pointing. For prograde, where we burn will pull the prograde marker towards where we're burning. So if I point right here, this should push it towards the anti-target marker. And it is working. Our separation and approach is dropping. That's as far as it'll drop right now. Let's time warp a bit. Look at us just skimming the mountains. All right. We're getting closer, 1.4 kilometers away. Can I tighten up the approach anymore? Not from there, I can't. So let's just point retrograde. And this will be good enough. A quarter of a kilometer is not very far. There's the moon, and there's Kerbal rising. Look at that. Look at that view. The moon and Kerbal rising over Minmus. I love that. Oh, you do have struts. Okay, good. So you can probably use auto strut, which is highly recommended and stops most, if not all, of the wiggling. All right, let's slow down. All right, we're 250 meters away. That is good enough. Let's just come to a relative stop to match orbits. There we go. All right, and let's go to orbit mode and point retrograde. And let's, once we do that, we will switch to P. Kerman Wallaby Way, Sydney. Okay, so auto struts are, you can right click and see this where auto strut is disabled. I would do this in the vehicle assembly building, but if you right click on a part, you can change auto strut. And if you do a few things like, for example, like your engines, and do things like auto strut to either root part, or what I recommend is grandparent part, that works. Speed Noon says, I generally have no idea how this game works. That is okay. As long as it's entertaining, I hope. And here is P. Kerman Wallaby Way, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Let's rename this vessel, reclassify it as debris. P. Kerman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney's shipwreck. Oh, look at that epic goatee. And EVA. And turn on your visor lights and let go. Let's set the rescue ship as your target. Turn on your jetpack. And here we go. Whoa! All right, let's slow down. And we're going to get our traditional rescue selfie. Stage 2, says Shay. Nice. Congratulations on a successful launch. All right. Closing in. We got the Minmus's flats below us for a nice backdrop for our selfie. All right, that is good enough. Let's go here. Oh, it's handlebars. That's what it is. All right. Beautiful. Oh, I love the ridiculous hairstyles that the texture replacer mod gives these guys. All right. Is there room in this right here? Board. Yes, there is. Okay, welcome, P. Kerman. 42 Wallaby Way, Shirley. Sure. I can't speak. Sydney. All right, let's do this right here. Let's switch to this craft. We'll bring these guys home later. I need to send up more return pods anyway, so we can take them back to the space station, but we can't send them back to Kerbal yet. And I think it's time for some new return pods. All right, so here we have, oh good, we have barely, oh boy, we have 1% signal strength. Okay, but let's close landing guidance window. We have a decent connection to Joule Probe 1. We have a connection to ScanSat Supreme number 5 inbound to Joule, and a connection directly to Kerbal's crater rim. Stage 3, says Shay. Nice. Okay, this is promising. We might retain control of this thing. We have a tenuous connection, and we are not getting an encounter with Joule. Why not? Oh, that's because we were not able to do our correction burn because we did not have a connection to this craft. Let's see if we can recover it. We only have just under 1 kilometer per second of delta V available to us, so I'm not particularly hopeful here. That maneuver is as much as we can do that way. What if we just do prograde? Can we retain an encounter with Joule? I would really like to. Oh, and the game crashed. No! Kerbal Space Program crashed. Okay, well, let's see. Let's do this. Let's put this image up. And since we're only 7 minutes away from the end of the stream anyway, we're gonna call it there with that crash. I'll figure out where we're at and make sure that everything is good. Boo. All right, so let's see who is online. Let's see. I don't think Casual Carrot is. If he is online, we're totally rating him for his birthday, but I don't think he's streaming at the moment. No. Let's see who is. We do have Mr. Vloop. Let's raid Mr. Vloop. It's okay. Don't worry about the crash. It'll be fine. We'll just be at our last autosave point, which is probably like 1 minute before where we were. So let's raid Mr. Vloop. There we go. He's playing Minecraft. Not a space game, but, you know, still. And yeah, here we go. We're going to start the raid, and here is the raid message. If you're subscribed, copy the whole thing. Otherwise, just copy the part in between where it says totem. Shay says, and at stage 4 I'm in orbit, but bye Dan, I'll say stay for raid though. No worries. And I'll probably be talking to you a little bit later after stream on the Discord. But yeah, feel free to message me anytime. Just be aware I won't always be able to respond immediately. But yeah. I'll be back tomorrow for more Minecraft from the first SMP, and on Wednesday we'll do something else fun, and next Sunday we'll do Saturday in Space on Sunday again. But yeah, here we go. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye!